And we're live.
Okay, so we can go ahead and start. Everybody place
Yes.
their hand on the right. Here we go.
We need Linda to come back so she
That's-
can
there we
show
go.
us the flag. Okay.
There we go. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God and
indivisible, with
liberty
liberty and justice
Justice.
for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Call to order, roll call. Commissioner Navarro is not with us. Commissioner Herrera is not with us.
Commissioner Herrera will be joining us shortly. She may be a bit late.
Oh, okay, good. So we'll, Commissioner Hayes,
Present.
Vice Chair Ponce,
Present.
and I am present. Okay. I will have a motion for the approval of the order of the approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Unanimous. Do we have any public statements?
Actually, Madam Chair, we have one public statement that came in via email.
Okay.
And if I may, I'll go ahead and read it as it was sent. This came from Thelma Herrera, and she is with Catherine Padilla and Associates. She is the Outreach Project Manager. And it reads as follows. As many may know, the city has been working on a citywide parking management master plan since the fall of 2020. During this past February and March, our team has been collecting parking data in the field as well as receiving helpful feedback from community members on areas of concern. The overall goal of the plan is to make parking more convenient for residents, visitors, and local businesses by engaging community members in problem solving for parking solutions. We would like to invite all members of the community to participate in a virtual community meeting to be hosted on Zoom on May 6th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The purpose of the meeting is for stakeholders to learn about work completed to date, discuss possible solutions, and share your opinions. Your input plays a key role in helping us develop solutions to local parking challenges. Please visit sfcity.org/SF Parking Study for instructions on how to join us from home. A meeting flyer is also posted on the site in English and Spanish, which you can download and forward to your family and friends. We hope you can attend, and please help us pass along the word. And thank you, Thelma Herrera.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Cultural Arts Liaisons Report. Do I have the page number correctly?
You do,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yes, I do. Okay.
yes. And I don't believe our cultural arts liaison is with us today, at least not yet, but Commissioner Nina Herrera has joined us.
Welcome, Commissioner Herrera.
Hi,
Great to see you.
you too.
So we have our consent calendar. The items on the consent calendar are to approve the minutes of the February 9th and March 9th, 2021 Parks, Wellness, and Recreation Commission meetings. If we want to pass the consent calendar, I can entertain a motion for that.
I'd like to make a motion, but I don't remember if I was there for the February meeting.
Well, let's see. We had Commissioner Richards, Commissioner Ponce, and Commissioner Hayes on February.
I move to, pardon me, I move to accept the consent calendar.
Second. Yeah.
Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, all are in favor. It's unanimous. We have approved the minutes. All right, and now we're moving to our administrative report. Establish reorganization schedule for the PWRC.
Well, good evening, Madam Chair and commissioners. We, as a body, have never had a set time to reorganize. We always kind of did it when new commissioners came on board, or when the current chair wanted or could no longer serve, or wanted some break time. So I think it would be a good idea to establish a set time when this body reorganizes. That way it will leave an example, or leave for future commissioners to go ahead and, you know, reorganize, regardless if there is new members or not. So this report is back in March 16, 2009 is when the Park Wellness and Recreation Commission was established. And back in 18, 2019, when the City Council authorized the commission to appoint cultural arts liaisons as advisory members to the commission. But neither ordinance provided a timeline for when this action would take place, either reorganization or the appointment of liaisons. So I think it would be a great idea to move forward and have something set. The commission is, as you know, is a 5-member board, which was appointed by each member of the City Council. And then in turn, the commission appoints 2 cultural arts liaisons. And the cultural arts liaison, there is a formal application process that takes place. There is an application that the interested individuals who want to be liaisons fill out. The commission reviews it, then makes appoints 2 individuals. However, for reorganization, there is nothing written. There's no guidelines. There is no, does the vice chair take over, or what happens? So I think what I do for this body to discuss it and think about what would be the best way moving forward to reorganize. You could set a date for that, and then we'll reorganize. So I would, with that, I'd like the commission to discuss it, talk about it. I'm here to answer any particular questions that you may have regarding the reorganization of the commission.
Okay, so I'm going to just say that I'm just going to go through the roster of us, and if you would like to make some initial comments about your thoughts on this, that would be great. So Commissioner Hayes.
My first thoughts, I think it's a good idea to have something set down so that as a body, we know moving forward, some, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, not just some organizational, procedural, I don't know, words are failing me, I apologize. I think the very first thing that comes to my head is, if a reorganization happens annually, similarly to City Council selecting a mayor, and that each position, you could hold it consecutive years. For example, if we reorganized today and elected Ms. Richards as our chair again, she could hold it for another year, but maybe no one can hold a position for longer than 2 consecutive years. Just as a means of keeping things fresh. I don't, for lack of a better word, I love my thesaurus at home, but so something, I don't know, that's just brainstorming, just having heard that, read the paperwork that Linda sent us earlier this week, and that's the first thing that comes to mind as I think about it. I don't know. What's everybody else think?
Okay. Commissioner Herrera.
I agree with what he's saying, because in the past, I think we've had someone be chair for more than, I think it was like 2 years. So it's good to switch it up, keep it fresh. To those who want to be chair and vice chair. And that's it.
Okay. Commissioner Ponce.
You know, my thoughts are, I'd like to see it maybe every 6 months.
Oh.
That way, a year just seems to be a long time. I mean, I don't know how the chair feels, Ms. Richards, if you want to do it, but you may get called upon again after 6 months. But I think we should do it. I think we should do it every 6 months. I know in the past we kept that for a long time, but the chair that we previously had, everything ran really nice. Everything ran really good, and not you, Ms. Richards is doing a fantastic job. Fantastic job. But I think it's good to change it up, give everybody the chance to practice at being chair and running these meetings, because you never know what could happen. We could get to where the chair can't show up one day and the vice chair can't show up, and somebody's going to have to take it, because you can have a quorum with 3 folks. So I suggest that I think everybody go through it at least one time, and even if you just want to do it for a month, for 1 meeting or 2 meetings or 3, whatever the case may be. But I think we should change it up, at least get everybody a shot at it. I don't know if we can do that, or is there a minimum time length that we have that, does somebody have to serve a minimum of 6 months or 3 months before we can put another chair in there?
That's it. There is no specific timeline for being the chair or the vice chair, but I think in consistency, having it less than a year might be a little bit troublesome. I don't know. It's really up to this body of what they feel how they feel comfortable in having the reorganization. I just think that anything less than a year might be a little bit confusing. But if you do like a 6 year, a 6 month rotation, you could definitely look at that and try that. But my recommendation would be a minimum of 1 year.
Okay, Commissioner Hayes, what's your input?
Do you want to go ahead? Because I have already spoken. I'm going to respond.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Chair.
I'm thinking, so as to being chair, I am honored to be the chair. I agree that it needs to move around, which is kind of my thinking. I think I'd like a year, just because I feel like that's a good time. And then if somebody needed to not do it for a year, then we could figure it out at that time. But I kind of like a year as well, although I see what Commissioner Ponce's point is, and I think it's right that it should, like, everybody should have a chance to be the chair, unless they really don't want to. Commissioner Hayes?
On that, I like a year because of the potential for consistency. But what I really like what Commissioner Ponce is saying in terms of the moving around. What if there was a third? Because we have our chair, our vice chair. If there was a speaker, I don't know, a position, so that one of those 3 positions are there, because we have to have 3 to have quorum. And if there's 5 members of the commission, one of those 3 advisor positions, I guess, chair, vice chair, speaker, will be there in order to have quorum. And that's the person that then runs it for that year. And then there can be a reorg annually. But because what Commissioner Ponce brings up is a great point. But I just feel like 6 months is a short time. The first 6 months of this year, we only met 4 times, right? Because of the pandemic, granted. And I understand before I came to the commission, that sometimes meetings were every other month, given whatever might or might not be on the agenda. So a year seems to me a sufficient amount of time for a chair to sort of be in position. But if we had 3 administrative positions within our commission, we would have one guaranteed for every meeting.
Okay. In regards to conducting the meeting in the absence of the chair or the vice chair, any particular commissioner could lead the meeting. So it does not have to be appointed. If the chair nor the vice chair is available, any other commissioner could conduct the meeting, preside over the meeting, open the meeting, and move forward with that. Having another administrative or office would require changing the ordinance. We would need to go back, if that's what you wanted to do, is have an additional office to the commission. We would need to come back and get city council approval to make that appointment.
Well, it doesn't need to be more difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, but
we're
like
just spitballing here.
any commissioner could actually open and conduct the meeting.
So can I think points of consensus seem to be that we're leaning toward a 1-year term. Does anyone object or have a different idea about doing it when coinciding with the same month where the city council elects their new mayor?
No, I have no issues with going with a year. I really didn't realize it, as Commissioner Hayes put it. We've only had a handful of meetings, and in 6 months, you're probably right, we're only going to have a handful of meetings. So I'm good with a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and which month is their appointed? Is it always the month after? Is it always? I don't remember it being the same month every year personally, but I may be remembering wrong.
As I recall, the reorganization usually occurs after, if there's an election. After
Right.
the election,
It's the
so
month after.
Yeah, it's in December.
But if there's not an election, it's November.
I believe it is. I think it is November, but I'm not certain on that. Linda, do you have a date on that? The month when the city council reorgs?
No, I really don't recall, but like you said, when there's an election, it's always after that, but it's not always consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would recommend then just making the month of the reorg in December. That way,
Okay.
in January the following year, the
new takes place. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, could we have a one-time exception though?
Commissioner Herrera has.
Oh, sorry, Commissioner Herrera, your hand is up. Thank you.
Okay.
Commissioner Hayes.
The problem with it being in December is we usually don't have a meeting in December. I don't remember if we have one in January, but in December we don't. So I think we usually would switch everything around in January or February.
Okay.
And also depending on if the council appoints their people as well. So kind of at their mercy.
That's a great point. If they appoint new commissioners, those new commissioners may not attend until January.
Yeah,
right?
or after. So it just depends on them, on the council or the new council, whoever it is. So who they appoint, if they keep the same people, it all depends on them as well.
So if,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Does January sound like a better month then?
Yes.
Okay.
Commissioner Richards, Chair Richards, pardon me. You started to talk about an exception. Could there be an exception if if we had it in January, but we needed to postpone until February because the new commissioners may not have been appointed, or
Right.
is that, can we, I don't know if that's, I don't want to take the words out of your mouth. I apologize.
Yeah, no,
but
that's where I was headed. Absolutely. And also, I've been the chair for more than a year, and I think more than a year. Not, let's see, when was the election? 2020?
January 20. Yeah, it has been. It's been.
So it's been a little more than a year. And so my thinking is that we might want to reorg this year, not off schedule. Is that possible?
Yes. What we could do is, we're noting all the suggestions of what we're talking about. What we could do is draft a procedural reorganization for the commission.
Okay.
Come back next month and put down in paper what we felt was expressed here. If that is reflective of what you want to do, then you could vote on it. So as I see it right now, we have the month of January as being the month that the commission would reorg. There would be an exception in the event that there is new appointments. If a new appointment is made, then you would, well, I guess it may not affect a reorg if the appointments is not the chair and the vice chair. If reappointments occur before the official or before the reorganization, and if it does not affect the chair or the vice chair, then there is no need to do a reorg. It would only need to do that.
Could that not be upon those moments? Could that not be a simple discussion among the commission to make a motion to postpone and or schedule a special reorg or something like that? I mean, those exceptions I think are inevitable.
Yeah.
They're gonna happen at some point, right? So if we as a commission decide January for the reorganization of the commission and reappointment of our cultural liaisons, knowing that just by Robert's Rules of Procedural Order, we can make a motion to move that anytime we need to, given special circumstances.
Yes, we could definitely draft something that would provide that direction for the commission. Yes. Okay.
Right. I'm thinking I'd like to just check with each commissioner before we move on. I feel like we have a consensus, but I just want to check with each person to make sure that they're agreeing with our points of consensus. So we're thinking about a year, we're thinking about reorganizing in January, except for during, like, if there's an exception to that, like the new commissioners haven't come on yet or something, at which point we would make a motion and reset the date. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Herrera, any comments on that?
No.
Commissioner Hayes, any comments on that?
No, thank you.
Vice Chair Ponce, any comments on that?
No comments on this particular topic, but I do have one question. Has there been any conversations or any talk as to when meetings will start beginning to take place in the city council? Or
yes, in regards to the restrictions being lessened by the health department, the target date is probably going to be June, when city commissioners could meet in council chambers. So that's kind of like the target date. It may happen a little sooner, but I would say a fair bet is in June.
Okay.
so with that being said, there is a possibility that they could announce the new commissioners.
That will not affect the appointments. It's really at the city council's preference of if they want to appoint someone new to the commissions. They've been appointing sparingly different commissioners. I know there was 2 appointments made in the last couple of months, but I haven't heard anything regarding reappointment of any part of this commission, of this body of new commissioners coming in there. So,
Yeah, because that could change everything. We may have to, if something is done in the next couple of months, then there'll be a new vote going on as to
Yeah.
moving forward. So, yeah, I agree with everything that's going. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay, and I'm also good with it. Love deliberating with this body. You guys are so awesome.
so you could either go ahead and make a motion to reorganize in January and appoint the liaisons in January with the caveat of having an exceptions that were discussed, and then we could draft something and but then you guys could reorganize in January. However, if you want to make a special note to reorganize earlier than that, then just use the January date as after this reorg, then you can do that as well. Because I think Commissioner Richards, you expressed that exception that you would maybe think of that as doing that, of reorganizing now, but then setting a date when it would reorg again.
Yes.
Okay.
So did anybody have any questions about
So that
what
would
was
be a 2 motion item. The first one would be to set the date of reorganization for future, and then another one would be to have a special reorg for now, right now.
Okay, so 2 separate motions?
Mhm.
Okay, so is someone ready to make the first motion?
I move to establish the January Parks, Wellness, and Recreation Commission meeting as the annual reorganization date for chair, vice chair, and the appointment of our 2 cultural liaisons.
Second.
Discussion? Anybody have a discussion?
No discussion for.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a second?
Oh,
Aye.
was there?
Sorry.
Yeah, there was a second.
There was.
Yeah, there was.
Yes, Commissioner Herrera did.
Opposed? Anybody? I forgot to say aye. Aye. Okay, it looks like it passed unanimously. Now we need the second to do the reorg. Would it be today or next time?
No, you could do it today.
Okay.
Mhm.
Somebody wish to make a motion to do a special reorg for 2021 today?
I make a motion to
Okay,
do the reorg today.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, it passes unanimously. So does that mean we appoint our new chair and vice chair today?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay,
So do we nominate somebody? I don't remember.
Yes, what you would do is nominate someone for chair. Then after the election, the chair would take over the proceedings of the meeting, and then the call for a nomination of a vice chair.
okay. So Commissioner Herrera, who would you nominate as chair?
I nominate Jason Hayes.
Okay. Commissioner Ponce, who would you nominate as chair?
Jason Hayes as well.
Okay, Commissioner Hayes, are you willing to accept the nomination?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
And so,
Thank you. Thank you very much. I accept.
so all in favor of Jason Hayes as our new chair, raise your hand. All opposed? Okay, congratulations, Sir Chair, and you're on.
Sir Chair. Okay. Well, thanks. Awesome.
So you
That's
take
really
over
nice.
the
Thank
meeting
you.
now. Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
boy.
ready to take over the meeting?
Well, I've pulled the agenda back up, and
Okay.
I assume I'm in the same place we all are.
Yes.
Um,
We just need a vice chair, so you're in charge of that
so I'm in
process.
charge of that. So I will open the floor to receive nominations for the vice chair position. Do any of our commissioners have a nomination?
I'm going to go ahead and nominate Commissioner Richards.
Yeah, I second that.
Oh, I accept.
All in favor? Sorry, I should have asked if you accept. My apologies. I'm
I
learning
accept.
curve. I'm going to claim new guy. Thank you, Vice Chair or Commissioner Richards. All in favor of Commissioner Richards as Vice Chair?
Aye.
Raise your
Aye.
Aye.
It passes. That was so convoluted. My apologies to our scribe. All right. Forgive me. Moving forward. Our motion passed to move to our January meeting, and our motion, and we now have a new chair and a vice chair. So we move on to virtual programming.
Okay, let me bring up my where am I? Oh, here it is. All right, so our virtual program is continuing. We are having various activities and programming at online. Let me see here. I don't think I have the right report up. Excuse me. Okay, so we have the virtual program we had. Let me see here. I'm just trying to get, I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to minimize my screen so I could see it on the other side. Okay. So in the month of March, we had various programs that were held online via Zoom. The lunchtime trivia, a 1960 musical. Well, on the 5th of March, we had 13 attendants. Crafts for seniors on the 11th, we had 12 individuals participate. The St. Patrick's Day bingo and provided by HealthNet had 17. That was held on the 17th. Park Loteria had 13 individuals, which held on the 19th. Park Bingo on the 24th with 11 participants. And then the Senior Zumba was held on the 2nd and 30th and had 16 participants. And then our Chair Zumba activity was held on the 4th and the 24th and had 13 participants. So we are continuing to engage the community with various online activities. Our mariachi program is still continuing holding activities in classes, so that is always a good indicator that we are engaging our community. That is what we have regarding the online activities or virtual programming. Any particular questions you might have regarding that?
Commissioner Herrera,
No questions.
Commissioner Ponce,
No questions.
Vice Chair Richards.
No questions.
I'm learning. I had a good example to lead me. And I have no questions. Sounds great. Julian, thank you for everything. Okay, our department's response to COVID-19. You guys got your hands full.
Oh, yes, yes. We've been busy running a lot, running like chickens without heads, really. Well, our program continues to provide, the food program, which was started back in October 2020. And we have had 5 rounds so far. Up to date, we had 5 rounds. We are going to have another one on the 17th. But up to date, we have registered 330 households, and we have serviced 492 families. So each round we provide food for the current registrants and the past registrants. So it's about a 2-month number of people who registered. So we provide those foods. So we have had, like I said, all together have served 492 families. Each round provides families with, a package of food, dry goods, and cleaning supplies. Okay, let's see. We are partnering with the various groups to provide flu shots. We have partnered with Providence Holy Cross to register seniors 65 and over. We've partnered with with LA County Department of Public Health to do a pop-up at Las Palmas that happened on the 5th of April. It just happened a week ago or so, and we had 106 people participate in that particular program. We continue to do outreach with other programs, one with LA Care and another one with I forgot something pharmacy. I forgot their name. Please excuse me. We had partnered with them to do another pop-up at Las Palmas, but they were going to use the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and that particular vaccine right now, it has been put on hold due to some side effects that affected a very limited amount of people, but we're going to do those tomorrow and then again on the 14th and 28th. But we're going to wait until what the county, not the county, excuse me, the CDC investigates and then provides more direction on those particular, that particular vaccine. So every time that we are able to get a new partner or provide another pop-up, city staff, recreation staff over at Las Palmas really works in tangent with the people providing the shots. Juan and his crew, Linda, Maribet, and Marisol, and all the people down at Las Palmas Park really, put on, start working frantically to make sure that we call all our people that are who express interest in taking the shot, make sure that they get appointments and move forward with that. So it's really a very frantic effort, because sometimes it's only about a week or two that we get notice that they want to do a pop-up. So we're continuing to do the pop-ups. Then again, in San Fernando too, Park staff got trained to take reservations to actually make the appointments for individuals wanting to make an appointment. So they could call us directly now, and we will make the appointment for the individual to take the shot at Recreation Park only, though. That's the only place that we could make appointments for.
Okay. Any questions, Commissioner Herrera?
No questions.
Commissioner Ponce?
No questions. Thank you.
Vice Chair Richards?
I just have a comment, which is, I think it's extraordinary how the Parks, Wellness, and Recreation staff have stepped up to care for the community during COVID. And I know it's extra work, but it is much appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll second that. And I'd ask, could you clarify just at the end there, who is eligible to call you to make an appointment at Rec Park?
Yes, right now, after the 15th, anybody 16 and above could.
And they can just call the park and make an appointment.
Yes, they can call either Las Palmas or Recreation Park and express that they're willing to, they would like an appointment for a shot. So then staff will book an appointment for them, and then they'll show up and take their shot.
And that's San Fernando residents?
San Fernando residents, yes. We're, to my understanding, that the site is reserving 100 slots for us. So that's, they're open to the whole, anybody in the county. But for this particular, for us, that we make the reservations are $100, 100 slots per time that they give shots. So when they know that we're going to have shots coming in, they'll let us know, and then we could make those appointments.
Those 100 spaces are reserved for you making reservations for residents here in San Fernando. Yeah. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Thank you again. Thank you to your whole staff. That's wonderful. All right, then let's move on to our reopening efforts.
Okay, so our reopening efforts, as slowly as we continue to move forward with the restrictions and the guidelines being lessening, then right now we're conducting outdoor exercises, classes. We have approximately 9 individuals participating in outdoor exercise right now. We have Zumba on Mondays at 5 p.m. and total body conditioning on Mondays through Thursdays at 8 a.m. Instructors also expressed a willingness to open more classes. And we're thinking of opening up a Saturday, the next session come around. This session is going to end in a couple of weeks. But the next session, we're thinking of adding an additional exercise activity on Saturdays. So that way we could continue starting to slowly let people know, hey, you could do exercise. And then when those classes will transition to indoors once we're permitted to do that. We're also conducting a family wellness challenge held out through every weekend throughout this month. And we're averaging about, I want to say around about 8 to 15 individuals taking part in our activities. They are both hybrid classes, so they could participate online for some activities and in person for others. And so again, the goal is to get people out, get families engaged, starting to use our facilities again. They are limited, so if you're interested, please register as soon as you can for those activities. Our veteran recognition program is on its way. The 15th is the deadline to turn in the application. Once we get all our applications, we'll make the banners and they'll display the week of Memorial Day and stay up all the way up until the week after Veterans Day. So that's approximately 6 months that the banners are displayed. And so again, the last day to register will be April the 15th. Chair Zumba is an activity that we're having at a virtual program again, but it's taking place led by our Community Services Department. And it is well attended, and that class again will transition into on-site once we're allowed to hold those events.
Great.
Any other questions you might have?
Questions, comments, Vice Chair Richards?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Herrera?
No questions.
Commissioner Ponce?
No questions at this time. Thank you.
All right. And our Lane Park revitalization.
Okay, for our late part, we have we contracted with VCCC, which is our Valley Care Community Consortium, to provide the outreach for for this particular project. Basically, we're inviting the community in and around Lane Park and the city at large to come and give us design ideas. We have 3 meetings set up. The first meeting will be April the 21st, May the 12th, and June 6th. Those are the dates of the meetings. The first meeting is going to be virtual, and then the last 2 will be in person because the restrictions have been lessened. So we are going to practice social distancing and give people enough space, but it would be an in-person meeting. I would like to share with you a flyer. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here. Let's see. Here it is. This is the flyer of the meeting. Like I said, we have sent out mailers to about maybe, I want to say around 26 households, 2,600, excuse me, households in the area. We're also putting door hangers in the immediate neighborhood. And then also this is a newspaper article that is being put out so people could know about the meeting, that they come out. And we want to get ideas of what of the major amenities, what they would like to see on there in our meeting. So our design firm that is actually going to be designing the park is going to be there. We're going to make a presentation about what the grant called for, and then we'll get their input on the community's input on what shape, what color, what type of material we want to do, and all that stuff. So we're really looking forward to this, to get that input from families that live and use the park, and then also when we do a live meeting, that we are able to be on site on the park when we are able to do an in-person meeting. Any particular questions you may have regarding the community input Lane Park revitalization project?
Commissioner Ponce, any questions?
No questions here. Thank you.
Commissioner Herrera,
No questions.
Vice Chair Richards.
No questions.
Cool. It's great. The meeting, the virtual meeting, you mentioned it's April 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear you say May 6th for some?
May 12th.
May 12th. Thank you. May 6th was the one in the announcement, in the public comment. Thank you for clarifying that. Wonderful. All right. Our Youth Reinvestment Grant, excuse me, program.
Yes, the Two-Street Youth Empowerment Program is anxious to get back, as you could imagine. When I wrote this report, they had 23 people enrolled for their next session. To date, they have 28. So they are, it's a very good program. It provides a lot of supportive services for the youth who participate in the program. Again, they focused on cultural relevance, being strong, becoming strong leaders in the community, and physical wellness, being in touch with nature. It's a very, very great activity and program. So they do a lot of activities, workshops, yoga, watercolor, pencil, painting. And they do also do physical activity. So there is a case manager on their staff that provides assistance for them if the youth may need it, but not only the youth, but the families as well. So during the summer, they are planning to come back and start with limited use of indoor facilities and outdoor facilities. But that's regarding the youth, the Just Think Youth Program. Any particular questions you might have regarding the program, I'm happy to answer.
Any questions, Vice Chair Richards,
No questions. Thank you.
Commissioner Ponce,
No questions.
Commissioner Herrera?
No questions.
Great. And I don't have any questions either. Great program. All right. General Commission comments. We'll start with Commissioner Herrera.
Wait, can I go? I wasn't ready.
I'm sorry. Yes, sure. Commissioner Ponce.
I just wanted to say congratulations, Chairperson Hayes and Vice Chair Richards. I think that's a great thing.
Vice Chair Richards.
And
So
Vice Chair
I just
Richards as well.
thank you. I just want to again just reiterate my appreciation for the staff of San Fernando's Recreation, Wellness and Parks, and also to congratulate Chairperson Hayes. And I really appreciate working with this group. You guys are a wonderful group of people, and it's a pleasure to serve with you.
Commissioner Herrera.
Yeah, so piggyback on what they're saying, I'm glad Commissioner Sandy got her wish and we reorganized, and congratulations to both of you. And also for Linda for help putting the meetings together and whatnot. Just to let her know I appreciate her.
Thank you, and thank you to all of you for the nomination. And it's a position. It's an honor I don't accept lightly. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have been thought of in that way, and I hope to lead successfully. And yes, Linda, none of us would be here without you. So thank you so much. I will say or ask maybe Julian, it's something to bring up. I've had 3 separate phone calls since our last meeting, asking about the application for the board for the theater program. Because we mentioned that a while back. We've not been able to because COVID. I mean, that's just the way it is right now, and they all very much understand. But I would like to have this on the agenda for next month, so that we can talk about that, so that we can get that sent back out to people. I told these individuals I would see about getting the form, and because it went public once, I'll try and get it and get it out to each of you. And if you want to respond to that, feel free. But there's still interest. It's not going away. It's just, I appreciate everyone's patience with it.
I will go ahead and email you the application.
Okay.
I will also make it available on the city website. I will.
Fantastic.
Do that so people could download it and get it.
Great. That'd be wonderful. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Staff communications.
Well, I said everything I needed to say, but Linda, do you have anything you would like to add?
Certainly. I just want to congratulate our Chairman Hayes and Vice Chair Richards, and really the whole commission as a team. You're very kind, and you're all, it's a pleasure to work with all of you, as it is with my department. I'm very lucky. So I just want to thank you all. And also I do have one announcement. This is from Supervisor Juan Salas, and it's in reference to the TBC, the Teens for a Better Community. On Thursday, April the 22nd, the TBC will be distributing, let's see, these hand-painted pots that they made with succulent plants, and this is for our seniors. So they had this little project, and they're going to be ready for distribution Thursday, April the 22nd for individuals, seniors. And this time we're going to consider seniors 50 and over. So we're kind of making it more inclusive. And if you're interested, or you know somebody that might be interested, please feel free to call Las Palmas Park at 818-898-7340. And they're quite lovely. The teens are very creative, and just wanted to let you know. And this is also in conjunction with Earth Day. So we want to recognize Earth Day, and also give a little gift to our senior community. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. I will, it is a pleasure to work with all of you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Second.
Vice Chair Richards moved. Commissioner Ponce seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
time.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
All right, Linda.
Thanks,
you.
Julian. Have a good evening.
Bye.